Guys, it's LBS here again, your tech guide. Today's video, we are going to be checking out the OnePlus 6T. We're going to see if this thing is compatible with the DJI Osmo Mobile 2. So here it is, guys. We've got the Osmo Mobile 2 here with my 6T, I mean, right here. As you can see, we've got that teardrop notch on the top. To be honest, guys, I do kind of prefer the previous version, where it's got that more of a square shaped notch. I don't know, for some reason I'm not digging with this teardrop notch. And also, if you do want to get rid of the teardrop notch, you will have a more larger forehead on the top, which kind of doesn't balance the screen display, whereas the bottom here it's more thinner, and on the top it's much higher, the forehead. So I'll show you guys what I mean by that. So here we go. As you can see, you have the ability to get rid of that notch by pressing this, and as you can see, you got so much space, or like the gap up there, the forehead gap, compared to the bottom, it's just out of proportion. Whereas the old version, it was perfectly proportioned once you put the black bar on top, whereas this one, it just doesn't look pleasing, guys. So to be honest, guys, if you are using or have the OnePlus 6, just keep it, guys. Don't even bother upgrading. But anyways, other than that, it is what it is. The test today is pretty much the stabilization test. We're gonna see how this device performs when you are not using the gimbal and with the gimbal, and see what is the difference between them. And the whole footage, the whole video here will be shot in 4K 60 frames per second. And yeah, so before we get out in the field, let's test this out and see if it's compatible, if we could actually fit this in the gimbal. All right, so we've got the case on. Let's see if it will be enough to balance this device with the case on. This is a factory case that came inside the box. All right, so it looks like it fits perfectly fine, and it balanced pretty well as well. So that's all right, perfect balance. So let's just turn this on. Power on my gimbal. And activate the DJI app. Okay, connect. And we are connected, guys. Let me just double check if we are fully connected. Okay, let me just... All right, so we are fully connected. As you can see here, I just did the auto tracking right here. It's following my hand. So everything works and compatible with this device. You could, the only thing that I notice with this device is that it doesn't shoot in 4K 60 frames per second. The maximum it could shoot is only 4K 30 frames per second, and the front, there's no issue, it shoots in 1080. So the purpose of this video is pretty much the stabilization on the DJI Osmo Mobile, and if it's compatible with this device. So I'm going to be using the dedicated camera on the OnePlus 6T. I'm not going to be using the DJI Osmo Mobile app because I don't know, what I know, for some reason the footage is just not pleasing if you compare it to the actual dedicated camera on the OnePlus 6T. So let's just use the dedicated camera on this device, set up to video, and we will be shooting in 4K 60 frames per second, and then on the back we'll be shooting at the back will be shooting in 4K 60 frames per second, and the front facing camera will be shooting at 1080. So there we go. Let's go out in the field, check it out, and we'll try to analyze if this combination works perfectly fine. Alright guys, so I'm out here in the field. It's beautiful weather right now, but it's hella cold. We're gonna do this test. As you can see, we've got the OnePlus 6T right here. We're gonna activate the DJI Osmo Mobile, and boom, there it goes. And I'll press record for the video, and we'll shoot the front-facing camera first at 1080p. And here we go, guys. So here is the front-facing camera, guys, using the Osmo Mobile 2. So I'm just gonna walk around here. Let me just change the angle so you guys could see me more clearly, or on view here. So I'm just gonna walk around here, give you guys some sample how the footage is like with this gimbal. Go over here against the light, the sunlight. Whoa, that is very bright, guys. Very, very bright. And I'm just gonna start picking up the pace here a little bit, and I will run. All right, so let's go over here, continue walking, and just focus on the screen display, guys, for the shakiness, or if there's any shakiness. Okay, let's go over here where there's cement to walk on. All right. So now I'm just gonna flip the camera on the back. We're gonna check that out and see how that performs. All right, so let's flip the camera on the back, and boom. All right, so here we go. We're gonna walk a bit. So just focus on the screen display, guys. Gonna change the angle here. All right, and I'm gonna start picking up the pace here. I'm gonna run. I'm gonna run right here. Check out the zoom, the ×2, and see how that thing goes. What a beautiful weather right now, guys. Such a beautiful weather. Pick up the pace. So if you guys decide to use the phone as a vlogging camera, this is what it would look like. I can't really see what it looks like right now, guys, until I upload this on my computer, and I can't really give you guys my opinion right now as well, so how the stabilization is like. But once I upload this on my computer, I'll give you guys my opinion, what I think about it, if it's worth the purchase or not, and yeah, we'll just go from there. This is the back camera. I'm holding it with two hands this time just to get it more stabilized, but as you can see, it is still shaky. Not as good if you have the gimbal on it. Alright, so if we flip it backward, vlogging style, this is what it would look like, guys. Alright, so let's go back home, upload the videos, and I'll give you guys what I think about this combination with the X-T and the DJI Osmo Mobile 2. So this first footage we've got here, I was using the front-facing camera, and from the look of it, it looks pretty smooth and steady. I did try it out without using the gimbal, and the footage was pretty usable as well. So when it comes to front-facing camera, there's no issue. When it comes to stabilization, you could use it without the gimbal. So now let's check out where I'm running. So right here, as you can see, I'm running. There's just barely any shakiness, guys. The footage looks very smooth. No issue whatsoever when it comes to front-facing camera. So let's go check out the back camera now. This one here, this is the back camera, was shot in 4K 60 frames per second. So walking, it looks very smooth. All right, so your typical footage, no shakiness whatsoever. So if I do run here where I'm running, you do notice a little bit of shakiness, but that's typical, guys. I've tried other devices, the same result I was getting. I do get that a little bit of shakiness, but not too much. It's still usable. So right here, this is ×2 zoom. I'm walking and everything, all the footage looks very smooth. It's the only time when I'm running that you'll notice that shakiness, but other than that, guys, it looks very smooth. So when you compare this when I'm not using the gimbal, right here, you could just see the difference here. Very shaky, guys. Look at that. Just too much shakiness without the gimbal. This is straight from the camera, and it's just not usable. Well, you can use it, but I don't recommend you to use it. It's just too much shakiness. So that's it, guys. Just my review on the OnePlus X-T using the DJI Osmo Mobile 2. If you guys have any questions or anything like that, just leave me a comment down below. And once again, guys, thank you for watching. Until then, I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.